Oh, buzzard.
Greetings!
I like the sharp intake of breath that you did there.
Oh, well, you know, it's exciting times.
Welcome along to Two Chapage.
Indeed, there's
And-
two of us and we're both chaps.
We are. And today, we're driving a car.
We're driving a car.
But it's not just any car.
Is it not?
No,
No?
you should know. It's yours.
It's my car.
It is. Why don't you tell us what you've got?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, lords, ladies, gentlemen, I'll bring you the 2016 Golf GTI.
A 2016 66 plate
Indeed.
Golf GTI. But people don't get bored already because it's not just a standard GTI.
No. I plumped for the performance pack.
You've plumped.
Plumped for the performance pack.
That's an interesting term. So the performance pack is, it gives you some extra toys, doesn't it?
It gives you some extra bits.
But
yes.
Before we get carried away, let's look at the bare essentials. Let's look at the facts. Let's look at the stats. This is my favourite thing about the car.
Go on then.
The actual CC, cubic capacity of this engine, is 1984.
1984.
1984, a brilliant year because, of course, this young handsome devil was born.
My God, you
I
make
know.
me feel so
I'm
old.
so sorry. 1984, so essentially 2 litre. With the performance pack, it is 227.
227 brake with the
Brake
performance
horsepower.
pack, which is only 10 up on the standard. So
But because of that extra 10 horsepower, they felt it necessary to give you bigger front and back discs.
bigger brakes.
Bigger brakes.
Bigger brakes.
Which are vented.
Calipers are.
Vented. How about that? Get rid of all of that. Cool them off a bit and get rid of any excess nasties as
Yes,
well, you know.
indeed, sir.
So yeah, the performance pack gives you that. It also gives you limited slip differential.
Does indeed, and that is a remarkable thing.
Because essentially, it looks for where there's no traction when you're going around corners, or indeed in any situation, and makes sure that the power is evenly distributed. They say,
Yes,
say that you will never notice it working.
No.
It's that good.
And it pretty much lets you take corners at any speed.
So we're talking 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 110.
Oh, he's gone go. We've got some roadworks here. People
I'm going to give them thumbs up.
Give him a thumbs up.
And this guy. I think I might actually salute this guy.
Give him a salute, Andy.
He wasn't even watching.
Well,
I've wasted my talent there.
he was doing his job. He was watching for traffic in the other direction.
He was. So the top speed of this car is 155.
It is indeed.
0 to 60 is achieved in just over 6 seconds, 6.1, 6.4, depending on what specs you
Wow.
use. But go on, hit me.
Interestingly, most motoring journalists think VW have been a little conservative with the 0 to 60 figures.
Okay, so what's the proven?
I think the consensus amongst most of the motoring world is 5.7.
5.7. So with that 227 brake horsepower,
Yes, sir.
let's look at how that is delivered in a sense of your transmission.
Oh, it's the DSG.
DSG, which we all know and love, is the affectionate term for direct shift gearbox.
Indeed, sir.
And the clever thing about a DSG box means it is double clutched.
Double clutch.
Which means over the odds and the even gears, it's a smoother shift.
Indeed, sir.
The purists might argue that that's not the way to go, but we disagree.
I do indeed disagree with this. If you'd asked me 10 years ago, 15 years ago, I would
Yeah.
have said manual was definitely the way to go. But the thing is, the DSG box these days is so good.
How good, Rich?
It's incredible.
Do you touch yourself?
Well, no, I touch nothing. That's the whole point of the box. It does it for you. Although I do have Michael Schumacher style shift paddles on the steering wheel.
Can you show us those in action? Go on,
control.
just do it. That was it in action, wasn't it?
That was it in action.
I didn't even feel a thing.
Didn't feel a thing.
That's not as sporty as I was hoping.
Well, it's not in sport mode.
Of course. So this car comes with 2 options in terms of the transmission. It comes with a 6-speed manual, or it is a 6-speed DSG auto, which is kind of semi-auto because on the shifter you can go up and down, is that right?
Yeah, you can indeed.
Or on the paddles you can go up and down. Are the paddles a performance pack only thing?
No, they're on the standard as well.
They're on the standard if you go for the auto box. Okay, bloody gorgeous. let's talk about the boring stuff.
Do we have to?
Well, just to do it for our viewers.
Okie dokie.
And the viewers should know that, am I right in thinking this is £140 tax?
It is indeed.
£140 tax a year, which for what is considered a performance car is a bargain.
Absolute steal. Absolute steal.
You know.
That's under half what I was paying for my Mark 1 Focus.
Which of course is what we've upgraded from. Miles per gallon, well, I was looking at the stats. Do you know what the MPG is combined?
You know what? I didn't really care.
Well, for all of those anoraks out there who like to check to see, you know.
I thought, I'm getting a GTI. Fine. It runs on fuel. That's fine.
It does run on fuel. You're quite right.
I seem to have driven us into a trading
I'm not
estate.
entirely sure why you've gone this way. That's fine. The really cute village is that way.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, well, go that way then.
So you'll want to hook back on yourself.
Yeah, I will do that thing that you said there.
We kind of lost our train of thought with the MPG.
We did, but you know, MPG is MPG.
Should you? I'm not even going to say it then. I'm not. So
Well, no, you've mentioned it now.
Well, you're right. Combined, supposedly, it's around the 44, 45.
Yeah.
Which is very good again, really. I mean,
Yeah,
you know, it'll get you from A to B without completely destroying your fuel tank. Depending if you have a heavy foot.
Yes.
We'll see.
Styling.
So let's talk about exterior styling. The Mark 7 is a handsome beast anyway.
Yeah, it's a good-looking car. I do like it. I think it's
You know what I
pretty.
like?
What's that?
The gills.
The gills are nice, aren't they?
I feel like you could take it underwater.
Oh, let's not try.
No, that wouldn't end well. So we talked about the gills and the gills being red.
Yes.
But there's something special about having the performance pack on this car that adds a bit of extra colour, doesn't it, Rich?
Oh, you do? All your GTI badging is red.
And just tell me, how many GTI badges are there?
There's loads. They're everywhere.
Where are they, Rich?
Well, let me think. You've got one on the back, obviously.
Yep.
You've got one on either side. You've got one on the front. You've got one on the steering wheel.
They're on the calipers, I think.
They are on the calipers. You've got one on each of the calipers. They're on the door sills.
On the door sills. Are they embroidered?
No, they're not
not.
embroidered on the seats, no.
Well,
They do that with the R,
Oh, okay.
not
Okay.
the GTI.
Okay. So I just think that adds to the look. It's a good looking car, and everyone, if you're going to buy a performance car or, you know, above stock car, you want it to be looking a bit sporty.
Absolutely.
What do we like about the interior?
Everything. Everything.
That's your answer to everything.
It is. I love this car. You might have gathered. I kind of am a little bit in love with this car.
A little bit smitten, aren't
I
you?
am
Aren't you?
deeply in love. I'm more than smitten. I think this is the best car.
It is.
It's a superb car.
So the interior, let's have a look at the nice detailing that's different on the GTI.
Yeah, well,
Carbon effect, am I right?
carbon effect is obviously not carbon, but you know, it's a nice contrast from the greys.
It is, it's more black carbon.
Yeah.
I like that.
And all the plastics are quality soft touch.
Is it soft touch plastic?
Soft touch plastic?
Can I try it?
Give it a go, son. Give it a go.
Oh, it's a soft touch.
Soft touch plastic.
Aye, lovely. I mean, it's built well.
Yeah, all the knobs feel solid. All the buttons feel quality. You know, it's German. It's Volkswagen.
This is nice. This
Bit of leather on the side.
soft touch leather.
I mean, this is what you get with the leather seats. You do get these extra touches of leather. Yeah. He's good, not.
The wheel is great.
The wheel, I love the
Flat bottom
wheel.
There's your GTI decal detailing. Anodized, brushed stainless steel
pedals.
pedals are a
Yeah.
winner. They're
Love
fantastic.
the dials. They're just classic and simple.
This was the same in the Golf we tried before.
Yeah.
I don't think they're different.
They're not. They're the same.
Yeah, but they work.
I mean, that was the one thing we liked about that
standard
diesel
Golf.
that
Yeah.
we test drove. We loved the dials.
We did love the dials. Nice Beamer, 5 Series, Tourer, Police. Nice. Power station and laboratories. Not a sign you see very often.
It really isn't, is it?
Power station and laboratories.
Right, all change.
Right then, Mr. Devine. If you would like to start the engine and reverse when you're ready.
Albeit tentatively.
Okay. So reverse is this wonderful shifter here.
Wonderful
which I'm going
shifter
to
there.
press.
Yes.
I love the trigger, by the way.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it?
I already love the trigger.
And brake.
Push down or up?
Push down.
Did you hear that? Oh. It's like something from the Falcon. Oh, I see. There we go. I'm driving Rich's car.
You are driving my car.
And first thing I've noticed, literally from turning out of that road,
Yes.
pinpoint steering, Rich.
It's very good, isn't it?
Pinpoint steering.
It's very good.
I'm very, very much enjoying that. Let's try it again here. Yes, it definitely steers the car.
It does. It goes where you point it.
I've found if I turn left, it went left. Now, what's going on here?
There's two men carrying a big gate.
Nice. This is the first time I've driven your car.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is the first time I've driven your car.
First time you've driven the car.
And only the second time I've ever driven a Golf. So first impressions for me, as a potential buyer,
Indeed, sir.
is I do much prefer the upgraded interior.
Yep.
I much prefer the DSG.
Yep.
I've been driving this for a few minutes and it's amazing, the shifting. The shifting's amazing. I don't even notice it.
It's so smooth, isn't it?
I like the fact that you can switch modes between eco.
I'll show you that. So
Eco,
you can have
normal.
Eco, sport, or individual. So you can. Individual's quite interesting because you can set it up so you can tailor it.
Yeah.
So you can have steering sport, so it's a bit heavier. Drive, you can have sport steering with normal gear changes.
Yeah.
Differential lock, you can adjust
Wow.
to normal or sport. So
Let's give this a go. So if you pop her in sport mode, we're coming up to national speed limit mode now.
we are in sport.
Okay, so she's dropped it down a
Optimum
gear.
profile for dynamic driving.
Let's see what she's like. So we're at 40.
60.
I know we're on a single carriageway, but for the benefit of our viewers, don't go over 60 on a single carriageway. That's pretty responsive. I mean, that is pretty responsive. So let me just give us the rundown. 227 brake.
Yep.
DSG gearbox, which is great, and one of the benefits of the DSG gearbox is in normal mode, it can save you up to 10% in extra fuel.
Yep.
0 to 60 time of, depending on who you ask, between 5 and 6.5 seconds.
Yep.
Insurance is better because of the radar that it's
Yep.
got on it to help you with the braking. It's a 2 litre turbocharged lump. It's as solid as a rock because it's German engineering. The practicality inside the cabin is fantastic.
Yeah, plenty of cubby holes, plenty of stuff to tuck stuff away, plenty of leg room, both front and rear.
Airbags everywhere. I think there's even an airbag for my balls.
Probably.
I saw one for my balls earlier, which they care about greatly.
Absolutely.
And it's finished nicely. I mean, it's not so. I mean, the nice thing about the GTI is you get in some of these cars and they just feel a bit humdrum. They just feel a bit dull. And because you've got this extra, this super duper version, it just is a bit of a nicer place to be.
It's just they just put the quality up a notch.
Yeah,
I
it's
think.
just up a notch overall. So tell me now, Rich, the things you most dislike about the car, just in a nutshell.
I don't like the position of the mode selector button
Because of the shifter.
because of the shifter.
Yep.
That needs to be on the other side.
Yep.
Um,
Is it easy to see because it's because of this driving position, it's actually difficult to see where the front left corner of the car is in terms of where you are. Do you find it parking all right?
yeah, because the parking pilot is so good.
That's part of this media, yeah.
Because it makes use of the radar system. So I did think that might be an issue at first, but because it is such a good radar system on the car, you very quickly learn to trust it.
Right.
And not being able to see the front of the bonnet is just not an issue at all. And more cars are like that these days anyway.
They are. I mean, there used to be a time when there would sort of be your infrared receiver for your keys would be like the Volvos had it. The Vauxhalls had it. So is there anything else you dislike about the car?
I struggle to think about things that I dislike.
Yeah, I have to say
that button position, don't like. Electric handbrake, I thought I wasn't going to like, but I quickly got used to it.
The thing we're finding now with modern cars, and the more and more we drive, and the more and more we do these reviews, is the cars that people have bought that we're driving, or the cars that you can pick up if you use your noggin, do tick a lot of boxes.
They really do.
And the nice thing about this is it's got that extra grunt when you want it. And there's kind of this cult thing, isn't there, with Volkswagen Golfs? If someone asks you what you drive and you say a Golf, you sort of get a nod.
Yeah, well, they're a respected brand. VW are a respected brand in their own right, despite certain emission issues on
Talk about that.
models from a
They're
few
clean
years
as a
ago.
whistle. They're clean as a whistle.
But especially the Golf and the Golf GTI, it is the first hot hatch. And that gives it an element of a legendary brand.
Yeah. And it's nice to be a part of that family, isn't it?
It's really nice to have.
And if you think about, the other cars that are built on this chassis, so I'm thinking it's the A3,
Yeah.
it's the Leon,
Yes.
and I don't think the Fabia's built on it. I think the Fabia's built on the Polo.
The Fabia's on Polo.
So you're looking at the A3
It's a
and the
little bit
Leon.
smaller, isn't it?
Yeah. A3 and the Leon, and again, they're good cars in their own right, and obviously the Leon's got the Cupra or the FR. The A3 has the S3 variant.
Indeed.
These are all the performance options on those sort of cars, and they're fine in their own right, but there's something about when you say Golf GTI that just gets people's heads sort of going, yeah.
Okay, yeah, absolutely.
The cloth option with this harks back to its original.
It does. It's tartan.
It's tartan.
Tartan
Gotta
cloth.
say it with
Which
that.
actually I really like, and I would have been perfectly happy with the tartan. For me, the reason I went with leather in the end was because it was mainly because of the exterior colour of the car, because I really wanted this carbon grey, which sadly VW don't do anymore. And this is the only one I could find that had it.
Yeah.
It just so happened to have the leather seats, and I don't regret the leather seats at all.
And you shouldn't, because they're comfy.
Yeah, they are.
And they're wipeable.
Absolutely, they are wipeable for those little accident moments.
Little accident moments.
You people know what we're talking about.
You do.
Yeah, we've kind of covered it. We've covered everything. We've got nothing left to talk about.
We drove a bit far.
We drove further than usual. We've kind of gone on a bit of a magical mystery tour this time.
We have. I feel maybe we need some more crazy that we can intercut at random points.
Don't do that while you're driving.
I know.
It's my car.
It's actually made me really, really dizzy. I'm
Oh!
going to start drifting towards the curb now.
No. Sensual.
Well, thanks so much for watching, guys.
Indeed.
I guess the conclusion here is
Buy a Golf
buy a Golf.
and get a GTI.
Because it really does. I mean, it's like I said, a lot of the cars we review, people just buy sensible cars. This is a sensible car with a little bit of crazy.
Absolutely. It's not
was
going to
my
cost you
crazy.
the earth.
That was my crazy.
That was your. Ooh.
Yeah. It's a bit like that when you want to do it, like we had earlier, where the traction control kicked in. But
Wiggle.
there is an option to switch that off,
There is.
which is
That button there.
which I really recommend that you do.
But you cannot turn it off completely.
Oh,
It always maintains a certain amount.
there you go. That's the beards getting involved.
So
with the
unless you're a
keyboards.
racing car driver, which obviously we're not racing car drivers.
No.
I want a little bit of traction control there at all times.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for watching,
Cheer pip pip pip.
and be sure to subscribe. I feel we should do that again. This feels a bit clunky. So that's it. We're done. We're done, Rich.
We're done.
We're done. We've
Andy.
driven the Russian.
The Russian.
Thanks so much for watching.
We should probably say why it's called the Russian, but we won't bother.
We won't bother. Just fire it in the comments box. But Rich,
Yes.
do you fancy some Earl Grey tea?
Without milk, though.
Jump in my car. Get out of my car.